salon regular and all-around rad dude, Samuel Maguire. I probably could do your bio from memory now, but that's... Actually, let me try. Samuel Maguire is a Brisbane-based author and professional bipolar-haver. His debut novel, No Point in Stopping, was published in 2018, and he has had work published in Stilt's journal, Scum Magazine, and currently works as an editor for Tiny Art Publishing. You can find more of his fiction, poetry, and brain wrongs at his blog, skydecorix.com.
I don't think I could do that.
Hey guys, me again. I wrote this story during the loneliest period of my life, between the ages of 0 and 25. I sold my soul for a girlfriend, actually. No. There we go. I sold my soul for a girlfriend. I summoned Satan on a dry Tuesday night because it seemed like the right time. I didn't have any blood for a ritual, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what to do because the goth kids in high school didn't like my Vampire the Masquerade character. Instead, I texted, "Please come tonight," to the number 666. I figured Satan is wily and would probably get the message. Satan turned up alone in a maxi cab, giving the driver a wad of notes and telling him not to pick up anyone until sunrise. He carried a 6-pack of beers that were way more expensive than the ones I bought to share. "I like your house," Satan said. He took his sunglasses off and looked me in the eyes, because it is a shithole. I laughed and he laughed in a way that had no connection with my laughter. We went inside and sat down on my grandmother's couch. Satan lit a cigarette. He offered me one. "Will it cost me anything?" I asked. 10 minutes of your life. I took it and hoped that 10 minutes would come from the end and not the middle. I opened a beer and Satan looked at me until I opened him one as well. He looked bored, so I asked if I should put on some music. Satan nodded. I looked through my collection of burned CDs and wonder if Satan actually liked metal, or if it would remind him too much of work. Instead, I grabbed a Best of ABBA record from the LP my mother had given me. Satan seemed to agree with this. "Should I play it backwards?" I asked. Forwards is fine," Satan replied. I sat down. Satan ashed between the couch cushions and opened another beer. "So what would you like?" Satan asked. "Is it fame, glory, talent? Don't say money." "I want a girlfriend." Satan didn't look shocked. He smiled, and his smile was exactly the smile of Satan. "So you're a virgin?" I told Satan that I wasn't, that I had girlfriends before, but that was a while ago, and I couldn't quite remember how it happened. Satan said that surely it wasn't that hard, but I said that it was. That I was missing something from the equation. "It's not an equation," Satan said. "Exactly. Are you sure you want to do this?" "Yes." I wasn't, but I assumed Satan didn't really care. He handed me a document made of fine print and I signed it in blood. It was the coolest thing I'd ever done. Satan called 6 taxis. We got in the first one to arrive. He drove 3 blocks down the road, and Satan told me to get the fare because evil doesn't pay. He picked the lock to a house and I followed him inside. I assumed he knew what he was doing because he was Satan. Pause for laughs. There was metal music blasting from the basement and we went down the stairs. The basement was tiles, pipes and couches. There were 6 bongs on the floor. Some of them were clean. A girl sat on one of the couches. She was normal sized and dressed in black. Her eyes were the color of blood and her hair was the color of red hair dye. She was immensely pretty in the way that everyone is pretty to someone. "This is Catherine," Satan said. She made the terrible decision of selling her soul for you. I made myself look Catherine in the eye. Do not call me Cat, she said. I will not. I shook her hand. I stood in front of Catherine until she motioned for me to sit. I sat down next to her. Satan sat on her other side and grabbed the dirtiest bong. Catherine moved closer to me, so I did the same. Satan leaned forward and looked at me. Ask her if she will be your girlfriend. Smoke poured out of his mouth as he spoke. He started coughing violently, and I had to speak loudly so Catherine could hear me. Will you be my girlfriend? Yes, Catherine replied. Satan wheezed and tears welled up in his eyes. There he coughed. Don't ever use me as a dating service again. Satan kept smoking. Are you also bad at asking people out? I asked Catherine. No, she said. I just figured you get what you pay for. I tried to distract her from my shaking hands with continuous eye contact. Satan stared at my hands until she noticed them. I started to ask her if she wanted to go on a date, but she interrupted me and asked if I wanted to get drunk. I nodded. She drank vodka straight from the bottle, and I blurted out that if I fell any more in love, I would hurt myself. Catherine frowned. Satan giggled and then passed out. We talked about our jobs while Satan slept. We worked in rival call centers, both of us trying to sabotage our employers when we could get away with it. I told her that I came from a big family, and she said that she was an only child. We both agreed that we were jealous of each other. She kissed me while I was talking, and I accidentally talked into her mouth a bit, but it was still a decent kiss. I checked the time, and Catherine said I could leave if I wanted to. I said that I most definitely did not. Catherine put a blanket over Satan, and we went upstairs to bed. I lay on my back and couldn't keep my drunken eyes from closing, but Catherine said that was okay. She kissed me on the cheek, and I smiled and told her I was here in the morning. She told me she would see me in hell.